What a game we have in store for you today. The hype has been building all week and the fans are pouring into the stadium. The tension palpable. Stay with us. We'll have all the action for you live right here on EA TV.
Hypermotion is a next-gen exclusive technology powered by real football that brings gameplay to the next level of realism.
4,000 new animations added to the game. And just to give you an idea, that's 3 times more animations than we added last year. So this is a huge, huge animation refresh. These animations show off the footballing intensity, the athleticism, the physicality of professional players, and this results in a huge improvement in player motion. So this is a fundamental leap forward in the way players move and act and behave on the field.
You know, from your perspective as someone who loves that skills-based approach and loves the feeling of real football, but how does it actually make the game feel different? Does the game feel more responsive? Is it smoother?
The game just looks more like football than ever before. So it's individual actions, such as a player switching the ball from one side of the field to the other, doing that type of lofted pass, just the motion to slice underneath the ball with your foot, the way professionals do it. It's quite unique just to see that motion play out and follow the ball as it's flying through the air. So these kind of moments in the game really make the game, they make it feel more football because you have the professional players actually doing these actions in a match.
Will that differ depending on how good the player is? Like, will Lionel Messi approach the ball differently to a League 2 player or, you know, a player from a lower division in FIFA?
There's definitely some personality in terms of how we calculate how well the player can get into the ball, how fast. There's multiple systems that combine to give you that fluidity. Messi will be a little bit faster to get to the ball. However, here is more not necessarily about the personality, it's just about knowing how you need to get to the ball. So when you put all the systems together, then yes, players like Messi, players like Ronaldo, they have a better sense of how to shield, how to position their body so you can get away from the defender.
Driven by the power of the new generation of consoles, tactical AI creates deeper intelligence for all 22 players on the pitch. This starts with the attacking side of things. Now in the attack, each of these players can have up to 6 times more decisions per second than ever before. So now the attacking runs are much more intelligent. And also the build-up play and the chance creation, the players make much more supported runs, which improves the level of tactics. Also, the defensive side of things is a big improvement too for tactical AI. This was completely rewritten this year. So now the defensive side of the positioning team do more zonal marking and defend as a unit. It looks like a real game when you're watching it on TV. Like, teams nowadays play very tactical, very structured formation. So we wanted to get that feeling across into FIFA 22.
You always tell me, keep your shape, don't get out of position, even when we're playing together, right?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. That's what I noticed in FIFA 22. Like, you see the teams defensively, they move together. As the ball moves from one side of the field to the other, the defense moves together.
And actually in FIFA 22, you can tweak your attacking tactics so they're different depending on whereabouts on the pitch you are, right, Sean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you kind of nailed it with that one. In the attacking tactics, you can set your tactics in both chance creation and build-up play, which in other words means that if you have the ball in your defensive half of the pitch, you can set your tactics to play one way, possession football, for example, but then when you play in the attacking side of the pitch, you can change to completely different tactics. So gives the user and everyone more control to adjust your tactics and customize how you want to play.
This is a
air battles. So now when the ball's in the air, you see the differences where 2 players are synced together. So the visuals of 2 players going up for the header look way better than it ever has.
So when they collide, it actually looks really natural, the way they stumble or fall after that collision. It's not like individual objects hitting each other. This is like 2 players really going up and battling for the ball. So 2 players could be running side by side, jumping up for the ball. They could be backpedaling. One guy could be running in a certain direction, the other guy in the opposite direction. But the point is that they go up together. You're going to feel that physicality now. You're going to take that quick touch off your thigh or off your chest, turn fluidly with that second touch into the direction that you want to go in. We're calling this feature composed ball control because the players are way more natural at taking that first touch and transitioning to the second one.
I think at the very start of this clip, you can see a multi-touch trap, if I'm not mistaken, where he's shielding the defender. Comes off his thigh, it lands nicely in front of him to then move forward. And yeah, that part of, to me, looks great.
Yeah. One of the other things that really makes the game feel like real football is the stuff that goes on off the ball. You know, you've made real efforts to humanize the players and to make them not just stand there like mannequins when they're not doing anything, but to look and behave and act like real players would on the pitch.
So when we analyzed the 11v11 advanced mocap, we actually noticed the players are communicating all the time. I'm saying, man on, go here. I'm offering support. All these things that professionals do all the time, every second during a game, communicating, talking. So there's a lot of new behaviors that we've added. Players just gesturing to each other, saying like, hey, I was free for a pass. Why didn't you pass it to me? Or look, I'm gonna go into this space, pass it to me there. Or live.
You know where you're gonna notice the most? During set pieces. Like you have a goal kick, you have a throw, and players are talking, communicating, asking for the ball. And they actually move a little bit to provide you with better support. So you will have more passing options in those deep free kicks, for example. But it's all about this objective of making players more human and just smarter across the pitch.
We hear from feedback a lot that, we have a parcel of our player base that talks about these animations so much because they are playing for an immersive experience. The career mode guys, for example, they go wild with these types of things. It's incredible, like the reception, for these small pieces of animations that just create a more immersive experience for those players. It's huge for them.
And the other thing you'll notice about this clip is the way Haaland runs. We have a star-specific locomotion for Erling Haaland. He is a big-time player. He's a young superstar, and the way he runs is so unique. He's kind of got this like a little bit of a hunch in his posture and big strides. So to represent that power and uniqueness of his running style, we've got his running style in the game now. And the beautiful part of this is their upper body layer animations, meaning they don't hinder responsiveness. You can do whatever you want on the controller. These are just layers on top.
And also to add a little bit, one of the biggest things that we haven't talked about yet is the new goalkeeper system. This new system unlocks much more reliable saves for the goalkeeper, as well as making smarter decisions in vital moments in the game.
To be honest, that was the first thing I noticed when playing FIFA 22. It was like, I was playing, I was like, okay, I understand, this is cool. But when the ball went to the goalkeeper, he did a completely new animation. It just stood out because I'm so used to, as a core player, I'm so used to the regular animations until FIFA 21. And then the first time he came out, I was like, wait, what's he doing? It was really stood out. That's cool.
Of course, for the animations, we've completely added a bunch new animations to refresh how the keeper looks, as Gabe was saying. So
yeah, and it's not just the animations, right? The tech we're using to, to play back those animations.
Yeah, that's actually a big one. It's a game-changing feature. So what we're doing in FIFA 22 is we're importing real-world ball data into the game to create the next level of realism in terms of how the ball moves. So we're changing parameters like the friction on the ground, the friction with the air, just how the ball spins, the speed of the ball. And that really changes the perception of the game, how the ball moves. It's a lot more authentic, and you notice that right away. For example, if you do a pass, a love pass to switch the field, the hang time of the ball is now more obvious and really so satisfying to do one of those love passes across the field. And so again, to put it in context, you do the pass, you see a brand new animation from the mock-up 11 versus 11 that we did, then the ball flies in a completely different way that is more authentic. And then when the player is receiving the ball, those new long animations play, and that changes the experience completely.
Yeah, even just passing the ball around, simple ground passes to your teammates, they don't slow down as much now, right? So you can pass the ball, turn, pass the ball, turn. You're not like waiting for it to get to you. So that just improves sort of the flow of the game, I found.
Yep.
Definitely.
A mechanic called explosive sprint. When you press that right trigger at the right time, you're gonna get a bigger push and acceleration with the ball. Now, this works both on dribbling and defending. So if you're trying to catch up to a dribbler who maybe got a step on you, you're going to get that boost while just running and sprinting. But if you're a dribbler, you can really lure that opponent in to get close and get by him with a quick acceleration.
That changes the way you defend and attack. You've got to really think about now when you press that sprint button. You get the benefits of waiting and trying to have these mini games between the attacker and the defender to really time these inputs to see this explosion of sprint in both defenses and attacking side of things. So